Yesterday may have been a sea of red, but one token jumped 4,000%. A major stablecoin tumbled as Binance lifted the curtain on its reserve. And FTX might be dead, but crypto is for the living, because NFT traders just got some really good news. My name's Morgan, and this is your nightly crypto news wrap-up. Let's get it. Yesterday, in one of the crypto market's darkest hours, Justin Sun tweeted a message to Tron Network token holders that inspired hope and confusion, ultimately leading to TRX pumping 4,000%. In a tweet, Sun said that he plans to stand behind all Tron token holders on FTX and work with them on a path forward. With Binance backing out of the acquisition deal yesterday, many were happy to take a quick shot of hopium that maybe Tron would be the one to save the day. Turns out the news was Tron native assets like TRX, its stablecoin BTT, will be redeemed on a one-to-one basis, along with other Tron assets that I'm having trouble taking seriously. Because with tickers like GST and Sun, they just seem to be named after Tron's founder. They're DeFi tokens though, and the trading of TRX and other Justin-themed tokens restarted on FTX overnight with a price surge of over $2.50 before correcting to 32 cents, which has since retraced to 15 cents. Prices are all over the place right now in crypto, but your fund shouldn't be. Store your assets safely with a Trezor hardware wallet. Click here for a great deal. Now let's hand it over to Frankie Candles for a market watch.
Thanks, Morgan. All right, guys, let's jump in and do a little market watch here as we've actually gotten a pretty good bounce on Bitcoin here. We've got Bitcoin coming in at $17,494. Up about 8% on the day. Ethereum coming in at $1,287, up about 14% on the day. Now, guys, I want to bring you over to the Bitcoin chart because we were able to long almost the exact bottom on the Frankie Candles live stream last night. We caught a long entry here at about $15,855, and we have now ridden this all the way up for almost 14% profit. And we were able to catch that move because we had a confluence of support down here with the addition of bullish divergences on the lower time frames and the 1 hour as well as the 4 hour. So it made it a pretty confident trade, and we were able to catch that falling knife almost to the exact dollar. So super pumped about that. Now, as of right now, it does look like these lower time frames do want to cool off a little bit. So I do think we could potentially come down in the short term, but that daily time frame does have that VWAP starting to roll back to the upside. So we'll have to see what happens once that VWAP crosses over. But for the short term, it does look like we can continue to cool down here just a little bit. And if you guys want to learn a little bit more of how to get into these saucy trades, you can find me on YouTube at Frankie Candles or at Frankie_Candles on all socials. Back to the news.
Thanks, Frank. Even Tether had trouble staying on its feet yesterday with a 3% drop below its dollar peg, hitting a low of 93 cents. Usually the stablecoin trades between 0.999 cents and $1.01. But yesterday on Kraken, Binance, Coinbase, and OKX, it was trading much lower. Tether CTO wasted no time issuing a statement, saying they had zero issues with the 700 million USDT that was redeemed yesterday, and that when markets are extremely volatile, exchanges can have different price quotes for USDT. He said that this isn't a reflection on Tether's reserves, but rather the liquidity on exchanges trying to keep up with demand. I bet Tether is really happy right now that their reserves were under intense scrutiny at the top of the bull market and earlier this year, because as the whole market melts down, the value of airtight finances has become all too clear. Now that USDT has repegged, it looks like they are likely to hold steady. But we know to stay vigilant, because what's also become clear is that nothing in crypto is a sure thing. Also, even with Tether temporarily depegging and with people worried about USDC, the thing that scares me the most is the regulators using our volatility against us. Binance seems to know the value of a balanced checkbook, releasing its cold wallet funds list that shows $69 billion in reserve. In the coming weeks, they plan to release the exchange's proof of funds in the form of a Merkle tree, or individual account holdings. But for now, we have a list of what's included in Binance's wallet. Included are 475,000 Bitcoin, which is just shy of 4 times that of MicroStrategy, 4.8 million Ether worth $5.5 billion, 17.6 in USDT, 601 million in USDC, and 21.7 billion of its own stablecoin, BUSD, and 16 billion in Binance Smart Chain's native token, BNB. As crypto melts down, NFT enthusiasts are still browsing cartoon animals and joining new online communities. I gotta say it, we love you NFT people. Thanks for keeping things light. OpenSea just gave collectors something to be happy about, with an announcement that they will continue enforcing creator royalties, which is something OpenSea was looking to revoke, but after the community rallied around its creators, wanting to see them get paid for their work on projects and in communities, OpenSea has reconsidered their decision. In a statement, they said, "We're awed by the passion that we've seen from creators and collectors this week. We were looking for your feedback and we heard it, loud and clear. That's all I got. Be blessed, BitSquad. Morgan out."